28 nights, 14 ports, 2 stretches of open ocean, each 7 nights with no land in sight. We went east, we came back west, chasing the horizon. This is the final chapter of our epic adventure. In this video, we arrive in Gran Canaria, explore the amazing Sahara Desert-like sand dunes. We sail overnight to Tenerife and get a little lost in an African market. We celebrate Voyager of the Seas turning 25, a birthday, an anniversary, maybe both. And then we do it again, 7 more nights sailing across the Atlantic, the long, slow slide into Port Canaveral, the final crossing. Let's go! We're not just going on one transatlantic cruise.
We're going on 2.
First, we'll set sail from Port Canaveral, cross the Atlantic Ocean, and arrive in beautiful Lisbon, Portugal.
From there, we'll journey to Barcelona, hop aboard another cruise ship, and make our way back to Port Canaveral.
All of this in just 36 unforgettable days. Change in our cruise itinerary meant we would stay overnight in Gran Canaria, 2 full days to explore the island. Stepping off the ship, the energy of Las Palmas hits you immediately. This isn't just another sun-soaked stopover in the Canary Islands. It's a living, breathing crossroads of history and culture. Here, the past collides with the present in a swirl of old-world Spanish charm, Caribbean influences, and the salty Atlantic breeze that seems to whisper a secret from centuries of explorers and pirates and weary travelers. You just don't visit Las Palmas, you surrender to it. A few blocks in, the city starts to exhale. Narrow streets give way to a blue horizon, and suddenly there it is, their beautiful beach.
Gran Canaria, 8 euro. 8 euro, Gran Canaria, 8 euro. 8 euro, 8 euro, 8 euro.
Swimmers jump the rolling waves, while sunbathers and families stake out their spots in the warm Canarian sun.
We found a little bar, a hole in the wall with seats for about 10 people. No tourists here, just locals nursing small glasses of beer, speaking with each other. The sign outside said cerveza is 1 euro. That's what drew us in. Served in a frosty glass, we raised it in a toast to Gran Canaria. We walked in as tourists, but it didn't take long. We felt like we belonged, and we were not strangers in that tiny cantina anymore.
Bye.
On day 2, we headed to the south coast of the island of Gran Canaria to see the sand dunes. The dunes of Maspalomas rise like a mirage. Just don't sit there, they breathe. A restless, shifting sea of sand shaped by the kind of winds that erase histories and rewrite landscapes overnight. It's a place that feels untouched, where the Atlantic crashes against the shore on one side, and on the other an endless, rippling desert that could have been ripped straight from the Sahara and dropped here by some kind of planetary joke. Walk far enough, past the tourists with their selfie sticks, leaving only the crunch of the sand and the endless horizon ahead. It's the kind of place where you realize how small you are and how big the world can be. Then there's Mogan, a sun-drenched slice of paradise where life slows to a crawl in the best possible way. Whitewashed buildings frame the tranquil harbor, a natural sanctuary perfect for a swim or an afternoon spent soaking up the sun. But look beyond the water and you'll see the real show. Towering cliffs, rugged and sun-baked, rising dramatically from the sea like ancient sentinels. Time and wind have carved them into jagged masterpieces. From Gran Canaria to the point of Santa Cruz, it's a short overnight sail. Barely enough time to lose yourself in the hum of the ship, and then, just like that, you arrive. It's not our first time here. On the way over, on the eastbound Transatlantic crossing on Adventure of the Seas, we docked here and headed to Teed National Park. This is where it gets good, the market. People forgot that Spain has places like this. There's a calm here, a confidence, a complete disinterest in the frantic pace we're all supposed to keep. But this time, we stayed in Santa Cruz, close to the ground. Santa Cruz to Tenerife? Not quite Spain, not quite Africa, and not particularly trying to be either. A city resting on volcanic bones, caught between continents, cultures, and currents. A place that doesn't need your approval and is better for it. You don't come to Santa Cruz for spectacle. You come for something quieter, slower, a little sideways. The locals have seen the ships, the tourists, the travelers with cameras and questions. They don't flinch. They've got groceries to buy. Santa Cruz doesn't sell itself. It just is. And it might be the best kind of place to get lost in. We came expecting a port stop, something quick, forgettable. But Santa Cruz is anything but forgettable. It's a city that whispers in the slow rhythm of people who figured it out long before we did. Some places dazzle, others linger. Santa Cruz does both, quietly. As the port disappeared behind us, we weren't alone. Travelers gathered to watch it vanish. Our final landfall before the seas take over. 7 days of open water, one ocean, no turning back.
If you've made it this far, you already get it. This video and the others in this series are not about rushing. This was slow travel, the kind where the journey matters just as much as the destination, where you spend time watching the sea, walking a city, getting lost in a market, all on purpose. If you are enjoying this video, please hit the like button. It might seem small, but it tells YouTube that this kind of travel video is worth sharing, and it helps others, people like you, find this too. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions, post them in the comments section below. We read and answer all of them. There's more to come. More places, more stories, more of that slow kind of travel that sticks with you.
Crossing the Atlantic, just the sound of it makes something stir. It's not glamorous, not anymore. No champagne flutes on marble decks, just water, sky, and time. Out here, days stretch. Mornings bleed into afternoons, and the clock loses its edge. You wake when you wake. You eat when you're hungry. You sit with a book or a drink or your own thoughts. It's not about what you do. It's about how little you need to do. Out here, life gets quieter, slower, better. The sunsets are the payoff. Every night, the sky performs like it knows you've been waiting. No crowds, no curtain call, just this unbelievable show night after night. There's a strange kind of peace in all the openness. No ports, no traffic, just the rhythm of the ship and the hush of the waves. People find their groove. You meet faces again and again, share stories over wine, become temporary companions on a voyage that feels a little out of time. Crossing the Atlantic by ship, it's not about the destination. It's all about the drift, the in-between, the chance to disappear for a while and maybe come back a little more human. Voyager of the Seas turned 25 on this cruise, a quarter-century riding the seas, and like any ship with a little age on her, she's earned the right to throw herself a party. And oh, she did. There was cake, and it was huge, but someone, somewhere, couldn't decide if it was a birthday or an anniversary. The Royal Promenade was packed, hundreds deep, elbows bumped, strangers became neighbors, at least for a while, everyone looking up, waiting for the inevitable drop. A ship's birthday isn't like ours. It's not about candles or gifts, it's about miles logged, stories held in her walls, salt in her bones, 25 years of crossings, honeymoons, reunions, escapes, the quiet moments and the loud ones.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got one question for you, are you ready? Well, folks, it is the 25th birthday of the Voyager of the Seas. I'm up here with all of our senior officers. We got our captain, hotel director, chief engineer. Everybody's up here ready to party with you. But what I need is everybody on the Royal Promenade to count with us, and we're going to drop those thousands and thousands of balloons. So, without further ado, starting from 10, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The party didn't last long. These things never do. But for that brief window, in a corridor carved through a floating city, people came together to mark something real. She's got miles left in her, and she's still out here, still moving, and on this night, she got her due. The last day at sea always seems different, like the ship knows, like people on board know. We've stopped asking what time it is, and the rhythm of the ocean has taken over. People glance over the railings a little longer. You try to soak up what's left. Sunlight, stillness, the taste of the salt on your lips. Sometime today we have to pack our luggage. We realize maybe this wasn't a vacation. Not really. It was something else, something quieter, an unlearning of noise, a peeling back of layers that you forgot were there. You remember conversations with strangers who are now part of our memories. You remember the silence of the sea at night, and you remember that feeling, not being in a rush. Tomorrow, it's back to reality, but not today. Today we are still at sea. Port Canaveral, the end of the line. After 7 days of ocean and sky, the sight of land feels almost strange. The lines are sharper, the sounds louder, the pace faster. The line to get off the ship stretched long. No one loved it, but no one complained. After nearly a month at sea, what's a little more waiting? We weren't in a hurry, not anymore.
Say goodbye.
Customs, crowds, suitcases wheeled over concrete. Just like that, the spell breaks, and we're back in the real world, whatever that means now. We leave Port Canaveral the same way we came, on a bus bound for Orlando, the road humming beneath us, and the sea still rolling somewhere far behind. We've crossed an ocean, twice, not on some creaky canvas-covered clipper, but the old-fashioned way still, by ship. The slow way, the right way. 2 Royal Caribbean ships, 27 nights, 14 ports, 2 full crossings of the Atlantic Ocean, 1 sunrise at a time.
We are packing our suitcases, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. Thanks for watching, and see you on our next adventure.